Hello everyone. In the previous video, I had covered the short story The Phantom Lunch by Saki Hector Hughes Munro. The story by Hector Hughes Munro we discussed in detail in the previous video. In this video, this is the second part of that video. In this video, we will be discussing some important MCQ questions based on the story. So let's start with the first question. The first question, as you can see on my screen, is Sir James said, I wish you should show them some attention. Ask them to lunch with you at the Ritz or somewhere. Who's them in these lines? Who's them here? And the correct answer is the Smithley Dubs. Sir James is telling Lady Drakmanton to take the Smithley Dubs to lunch with her. Which of the second question, which of the following is not a restaurant mentioned in the story The Phantom Lunch? There is a reference to the Ritz, the Dudons in The Phantom Lunch, and Lady Drakmanton has lunch with the Smithley Dubs at Carlton. Just the Snaffimers, they are a family, not a restaurant. Snaffimers is mentioned in the story, but as a family, not as a restaurant. Now, according to Lady Drakmanton, which principle do the Smithley Dubs carry? The only principle that the Smithley Dubs had is the free food principle. So the right option is option A, the free food principle. The question number 4 is, who did Lady Drakmanton ask for help? She didn't want to take the Smithley Dubs for lunch. Still, her husband insisted that they take it. And that is why Lady Drakmanton asked her sister Millie for help. Question number 5. People say that we are so alike that they can hardly tell us apart. Who is alike here? Now, this statement has been spoken by Lady Drakmanton to her sister Millie because she had a plan. They both look alike, and that is how she executed her plan. That is how she brings humor in the story. So it is option B, Lady Drakmanton and Millie. Question number 6. I've got some people lunching with me at the Carlton tomorrow. Who said this? Who was going to Carlton for lunch? This was Millie's excuse for not taking Smithley Dubs to the lunch with her. So it was Millie who spoke to Lady Drakmanton while refusing to take the Smithley Dubs to lunch. Question number 7. What time was Millie going to lunch at Carlton's? Millie said that she will go at 2 o'clock. So option B, 2 o'clock is the right answer. And Lady Drakmanton went at 1 o'clock, an hour before the things happened. In an hour, she finished her lunch, and by 2 o'clock, they were sipping their coffee when Millie arrived inside the restaurant. That is how she was able to execute her plan. Question number 8. What were the variations Lady Drakmanton made in her usual toilet effects? So, first, she dressed her hair in an unaccustomed manner. Second, she put on a different hair. Third, she also changed her appearance. So, Lady Drakmanton did all of the above to look a little different and to pass herself off as Ellen Nigel. So all of the above is the right answer. Question number 9. When at Carlton's the lunch started with, what was the first course? It was a 6-course meal, 6-course lunch. Okay, so 6 different parts of the lunch. It's called the 6-course meal. So what was the first course? The first course was the caviar. They started with the caviar. Question number 10. The restaurant received an enthusiastic recommendation from the 3 sisters. Now, which restaurant is being referred to here? Now, it was when Lady Drakmanton met the 3 sisters in the club, and she said that which is this restaurant all right? So which restaurant is it? Is Carlton, where they will be going for lunch. So here the reference is made to Carlton's. Which of the following was not included in the lunch? Now, in the lunch, there are a few things mentioned in the story that they had caviar, they had wild duck course, they had Turkish coffee. The only thing that they did not have in the lunch was snaffy mirrors. Snaffy mirrors is a reference to a family in the story. Snaffy mirrors is not a part of the lunch. Okay, so question number 12. What were the three sisters discussing during the lunch? Now, during the lunch, their only discussion was first, the Insurance Act, and second, the delicious delicacies, and the ambience of the restaurant, which suits the high profiled Edwardian society of that time, and this society has been satirized by Saki in the story. So question number 13. What was the name of two Smithley Dubb sisters? Now there are only two Smithley Dubb sisters which are named in the story. The name of the third sister is not given at all. So the two sisters which are there are Cecilia Smithley Dubb and Amanda Smithley Dubb. So both A and B, these are two Smithley Dubb sisters. Okay, question number 14. I'm suffering from a complete loss of memory. Who said this? So this statement was given. So we were talking about the three sisters who were discussing the Insurance Act. Now, question number 14. I'm suffering from a complete loss of memory. Who said this? It was Lady Drakmanton, who was pretending to be Ellen Nigel, and she said that I'm suffering from a loss of memory, just to shock the three sisters, just to execute her plan. Okay, question number 15. When Lady Drakmanton feigned memory loss, what did the Smithley Dubbs do? What was the immediate reaction of Smithley Dubbs? So they tried to remind her, they felt uneasy with horror, and they started crying. So it is option A. They tried to remind her that you are Lady Drakmanton. Later on, when they looked at Millie, when Lady Drakmanton pointed towards Millie that she is Lady Drakmanton, they were horrified and they felt uneasy with horror. And at last, when finally the bill came to them, then they started crying at the extravagant meal that they just had. So, if we look at this question, what happened when when Lady Drakmanton feigned memory loss? So, it is option A. They just tried to remind her that she was Lady Drakmanton. That lady in black with the yellow plume in her hat, there over by the door, who just came into the room, was. So, who was that lady? That was Millie, who Lady Drakmanton said is Lady Drakmanton, but she was not Lady Drakmanton. She looked like Lady Drakmanton because they are sisters, but it was actually Millie who was there. Question number 17. What was the name of Lady Drakmanton's club where she went? So the name of the club is A, the New Didactic Club, which was located in Calais Street. Ellen Nigel belonged to the Brass Polishing Guild. That is what she said. I belong to the Brass Polishing Guild. Okay, and she was employed by the New Didactic Club. Okay, now let's talk about Lady Drakmanton. How she introduced herself as Dash of the Ladies Brass Polishing Guild. So she had pretended to be Ellen Nigel. So she said that I am Ellen Nigel. So A is the right option. So question number 19. The club employs me to come now and then and see to the brass polishing of the brass fittings. Who said this? Now this statement was given by Ellen Nigel, who was actually Lady Drakmanton. So this statement was said by Ellen Nigel. Okay, question number 20. Which was the immediate response of the Smithley Dubs when they saw another Lady Drakmanton in the restaurant? So what happened when they saw Millie and when they realized that Millie is Lady Drakmanton? So what happened? So basically, uh, they were panic stricken with bewilderment. Okay, so it is C, they were panic stricken with bewilderment. They didn't know what to do because they had Lady Drakmanton in front of them. They had two Lady Drakmantons in front of them. Okay, question number 21. To have drawn an unknown and socially unremunerative Ellen Nigel into the net of their hospitality was a dash. So this is a statement from the story, and the complete answer here is a catastrophe. So it was a catastrophe for them because they belong to the superficial Edwardian society. They only indulged with the high profiled people, high class rich people, and having had a lunch with a commoner, Ellen Nigel, is a catastrophe for them because one, they cannot admit it to anybody. It would be considered foolishness and they do not want to appear foolish in front of their people. And second, they had to pay for all the things. So, question number 22. The dash have given up politics and taken to good doing. Now here the answer is Smithley Dubs. This is how the story ends. The Smithley Dubs have given up the politics and they have taken to good doing. So these are a few questions which are important MCQ questions from the story The Phantom Luncheon by Saki. Thank you everybody.